Collaboration is everything in theater. Now, that's what's so fun about theater. Everything is collaboration. So yeah, collaboration is a big theme that we want people to take out of the show, to walk away with and think about, in our day-to-day lives and in our current political world. We need to be able to collaborate and compromise and all work together. This idea of we're all in it together.
Let's see. Can we find consensus? Probably not.
So I have seen this play. I saw a production probably 10 years or so ago with a lot of great friends in it and loved the play. I sort of put it on my list of shows that I'd like to do someday. Particularly after the election, I thought, feels like it's as relevant a time as any to do the play.
We're talking about this stuff right now because of the state of our country and our leadership and all that stuff, but I think that definitely 1776 is seeing sort of its own little revival across the country because people are so excited about Hamilton and sort of the telling of our history in a way that's engaging. So this is kind of like the prequel, I guess.
Now then, let's get to it.
Let's get to what?
Unanimity, of course. Look at the board. We have 6 nays to win over in a little more than a week. My God, I have had this Congress. 10 years. King George and his parliament have gulled, cullied, and diddled these colonies with their illegal taxes. And still, this Congress won't grant any of my proposals on independence, even so much as the courtesy of open debate.
The character of John Adams in the play is this sort of tireless champion for independence, and he even says himself that he's obnoxious and disliked. He never gives up. He just hangs in there and fights for what he believes.
It's interesting. When I first thought of auditioning for the show, the only role that really spoke to me was Rutledge, because he just has this awesome number at the end and he's like the bad guy.
When Jonathan first showed up at the first read-through, I introduced myself and he said, "I'm playing Rutledge," and he said, "Oh, you've got the best song in the show."
Glasses to rum, to slay. Oh, what a beautiful world.
So Edward Rutledge is the representative from South Carolina. Certainly he doesn't see himself as like the sort of bad guy standing in the way of independence, but democracy is great except for when we don't get our way, right?
We live in a time where there's a lot of frustration with our political system on both sides of the aisle. And so I thought it would be great to have an opportunity to use something that's, for entertainment and be able to stretch it a little bit.
The current, political situation and the frustration and helplessness that a lot of people feel in this, present day really spurred the idea of doing this production at this moment. This idea of, okay, we can do something. We should impact the political discussions. We're never going to all agree on something, but the only way to get through that and come out in a productive direction is to talk about it and debate and compromise and find mutual understanding.
I think it's a really important time for people to be, people of all ages, to be re-examining what the Constitution was, how this country was formed, and how far in many ways we have come from that, in some ways, from that ideal.
Everything that we've decided to do around outreach has been to inspire that one additional conversation. We plan on keeping the auditorium open after the show is over. Keep the drinks open, keep the food open for at least a half an hour or so that people can stand and talk and continue just piecing apart the different things that struck them from the show.
My hope, honestly, was to do way more than just to play, but rather stir real conversation in the community. I also really wanted to do some meaningful outreach in the community in an educational way to reach mostly teenagers, to start thinking about civics and what it means to be a citizen, and hopefully be a little bit inspired to maybe get a little more active.
I just see all of this momentum, and I find it really exciting. As the mother of a teenager, I'm super excited that I feel like, is this going to be it? Are these kids going to be the ones that get things done?
It's a group of people who ultimately did work out a way to come to a decision that they were all happy about, And yes, it's relevant obviously to the government and to running a country, but it's also just in our everyday lives.
I sometimes wonder what these founding fathers would think if they were to sort of sit in Congress today, or you know, they'd flip their wigs probably.
People treat the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, which is what this is about, you know, like they're these sacred documents that are so perfect, can't be changed, and the founding fathers knew everything, but they were very flawed men, you know, just trying to get a nation started.
Juggling all the people involved in a musical is really tricky, just like juggling all the people involved in the Congress in this show. We're coming together to create something that we hope has meaning. We are trying to influence the society that we have. That, thanks to them, has already been created. We're trying to advance it just a little bit more.
It touches a part of you, and you feel proud to be an American.
People will be surprised at the power of the play. I think people are going to love it.
1, 2. Come ye cool, cool, conservative men, our like may never ever be seen again. We have land, cash in hand, future plans.
Yeah, see, I've been trying to learn these lines. It's no good. Sit down. Oh, I'll knock you down. Sit down, you little roach, or I'll knock you down. Take that and put it in your pipe and smoke it. I don't say that. I don't say that. I just made that up. That was just...